Guys, so real quick, I wanted to show you how I do my Minnie Mouse chocolate covered Oreos. Okay, first what I do is the chocolate that I use, I put some inside of a bag like so. These or you can find on Amazon and Michael's, wherever. I cut a little piece of the tip off, warm up the chocolate for about 1 minute, and it should be at the perfect consistency. Um, the other chocolate that I use is this is the name of the chocolate that I use for all of my treats that I do. This is probably the next best thing next to Ghirardelli. It is a bit expensive, but it is well worth it. It tastes delicious, and it's easy to melt. Okay. I put the other chocolate in a jar. You want to use a glass jar, any other type of container, like a plastic container, whatever. You will burn your chocolate. Okay. Once you put the chocolate in a glass jar, you want to heat that up for 1 minute. It's not going to be at the consistency you need, but you want to mix it to try to melt it as best as you can. There'll still be a few clumps. What I do is I put it back in the microwave for 20 seconds. Anything longer, again, you will burn your chocolate. This is not something that you want to do because the chocolate, once it is burned, it is not usable. And like I said, this chocolate is pretty expensive. Any chocolate is pretty expensive. So you don't want to waste it. Okay, once that is melted, I add my color that I need. If I'm not using white, then I add color. I don't buy chocolate that is already ready colored. Honestly, to me, it is more cost efficient to buy white chocolate and then color it. You buy colored chocolate, a lot of times, 7 out of 10 times, it will go to waste. So you want to just buy white. So you'll always have white, and you just buy the colors that you need and add the color when needed. Okay, this is the candy color that I use. It is a bit messy. They do leak a lot, as you can see, but it is the best to me for coloring your chocolate. This is Chef Master. I needed pink, added 2 drops, and it completely colored my chocolate to the consistency that I needed it to be colored. This was a full jar, but I already used some, so I mean, like a couple of drops, it went a long way. Okay, now once I color my chocolate, I fill up my chocolate molds. Okay, these are the molds here. Everything I use you can find on Amazon. If you need a direct link, you can always message me and I'll just shoot that right over to you. So I use the Oreo molds. I have a lot of them because, as you can see, they don't last too long. So right now I am using 2 at a time. I don't have too many I have to do. I only had to do 6 dozen. So I mean, this is why I like to start early so I'm not rushing to get things done. They are due for Tuesday and have to be shipped to, I believe, these are going to California. Um, so yeah, the cookie molds that I use are here. I believe this is by Spinleaf. I'm not sure, but like I said, all of the everything I use, I get it off of Amazon. Okay, so once I get my molds, I add chocolate to it. The chocolate, okay. Once I put it in, I don't fill it all the way up, and I'm going to show you why in a few. I fill it up maybe a third full, and I stop there. Okay, this mold right here, only 3 cavities I'm able to use. So I'm going to fill up all 3 of them, a third full, as I said. That's good. I tap it until all of the bubbles are gone and the chocolate is layered evenly. Next, what do I gotta put on my gloves? Okay, now I take my Oreos. I'll take off as much crumbs as I can. Tap it to remove all of the excess crumbs. You don't want to have any crumbs going into your chocolate. To me, you don't. I have a level of perfectionism that I like to do. So, I mean, this is just an extra step that I take. You don't have to, but I mean, it's up to you. Drop it into the cavity with the chocolate, and you want to push it down about halfway full, so it's like the middle of the Oreo. Okay, again, this one is broken, so I'm not going to use that one. And sometimes the Oreos, they can be a little bit uneven, so I just push it until it becomes the perfect little Oreo. Tap off the excess crumbs. Okay, put it in there halfway full. Halfway down, I should say. Again, this Oreo, you can see how some of it is hanging over on that side of the cookie, so I'll just take it and I'll gently push it down until it becomes a perfect Oreo. Okay, put it in there. Okay, now these are in halfway down. I will put these now in the refrigerator for about 3 minutes. Okay. Okay. While those are in the refrigerator, what I do is I take the mold for the Minnie Mouse bow and I just fill it up with chocolate. And so. And a lot of stuff, honestly, it requires molds. I don't usually freestyle too much. I like to work smarter and not harder. Okay. Once those are filled, just shake it to make sure all areas are full. And then I will pop this in the freezer for about 5 minutes. Now, I took the Oreo cookies out of the refrigerator. They were sitting in there for about 3 minutes. Then I will take more chocolate to fill it up. Make sure I get all corners. Now, the reason why I only do it a third full first, then I add the cookie and put it in the fridge, is because you don't want your cookie to move. Okay, this is another step that I take because of my perfectionism. Okay, so you don't want the cookie to move, because if it does move from the center, it will start showing on the outside of the chocolate. Okay, and honestly, you don't want that. You want it to just look like a thick piece of chocolate. Okay, you don't want to see the Oreo that is in the middle. I tap it until I get all of the bubbles out. As long as you see bubbles, that means that it is air available in the chocolate. Okay, and as long as it's air, you will have space between your Oreo cookie and your chocolate. And again, that is something that you do not want. Okay, so once all of the bubbles are popped, I will put it back in the refrigerator for another, I'm going to say about 8 minutes, and then it should be good to go. Okay, while I am waiting for the Oreos, what I'll do is I'll make my gold that I put onto my treats. Okay, the gold that I use, it's called Ideal. It is a gold powder dust. Okay. Yes, it is edible as well. I just pour some in my cup. A little goes a long way. Okay. This stuff is very expensive, so you don't want to use a lot of that.